welcome to the only place online where we are a danger to everyone because we dead criticize a dentist.
Hey guys, it's me, the Falcon General, and our favorite crippled communist, Stone.
But aren't you in danger to be in this? Aren't you in danger to be in this conversation? I've heard that I'm supposed
Oh
to be
my god,
dangerous.
I didn't know that, guys. So
It's
crazy,
funny
am I
as well because
right?
we really get into this because if anything, you're one of the people who's just as critical as I am, and it's funny that the situation turns a climb into it is just because of how hard I am on criticism and how much they're trying to escape it. I
Yeah,
probably end up laying down a good perspective on that. I mean, you watched the argument I actually had with fucking Shittis.
yeah, I did. I really did.
Fucking hell. Could you display an argument, please?
Yeah, she would never do that. She only just like provoked you. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, calling me an idiot, saying I was unacademic, incapable of having a discussion because I had not studied it enough and should go study enough before I dare have a discussion with Connor on anything. To the point of after consistently asking them for an argument and not to insult my intelligence or disregard my information before I've even presented an argument myself. I was then blasted as a sexist because I called them a cunt, which, maybe there's a fair critique for that in America, but we don't give a shit. I'll take that on the shoulder. I'll happily be critiqued for it, and I'll fucking self-criticize for it. But that doesn't escalate. There's a big difference between me calling you a cunt and that being an issue, and then me being made out to be a woman beater or a fucking what's it? Uh, what was it? Dangerous to Asians because I said Han colonialism is a thing.
Yeah, or Han show as well as Han chauvinism.
Yeah, I mean, what's it? Deng Xiaoping come into power within within the year. Fucking, they start construction of a city in the north of Xinjiang, the Coinkadink.
Oh, guess what? One of my members of the my shadow council is in the chat. Hey Jawad.
Jawad's a fucking what's it? Geez, always about like whenever we got a net stream, he's always one of the first people to say hello and pop in.
Yep. Jawad's a good comrade. He used to literally say like solidarity to Connor, but then after I showed him the evidence, he self-criticized in front of me.
Yes, Parenti does get onto the Han colonialism to a position, to a point, and then it gets into the point the black shirts and red shirts is getting into because, especially to put the term black shirts into the English context, which is what the fascists called themselves in Britain. They call themselves the black shirts rather than the brown shirts. The China today is very brown shirt. It's very black shirt. It's not very red shirt.
Yeah.
Mosley would be proud.
Yeah.
But Parenti is one of those people who will go where everyone else is too much of a pussy to go. But Parenti makes his own mistakes as well all over the place. I'm not one who's going to fucking turn around and crown him the kingdom of fucking critique, but he makes some fucking really great organic points because he's a very passionate person who comes from he doesn't come from the most well-off of backgrounds. His father couldn't even read. I think it was his father. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his father couldn't even read.
Yeah.
He wrote a book about and for his father, and he had to read it to him because his father broke down. He couldn't read the book his son wrote for him.
Oh, can I also say something as well? But according to Connor, my parents are rich. According to her. Oh God, help me! It's so funny. She wants to come and attack me and say like my parents are fucking rich. That's bullshit. She acts like she knows my fucking class background. The only thing I told her is that my dad is upper middle class. That's all I fucking told her.
But we could so she wants to be class. So she wants to go out like this. I'm all up for punching up, sure, when people deserve it. At the end of the day, you've proven that you're not acting like someone who's off the fucking, like who's just being an utter dickhead because of their class position. Actually, you're acting against your class interests. which is
Uh-huh.
in so that's something to be praised for, not negated for. Now, Connor Gillis, regardless of what fucking class she happens to be in, she uses very anti-Lumpen rhetoric, like calling people idiots and morons, and just outright downplaying people for their intelligence. No matter who you're dealing with, whether they're fucking right or left, you shouldn't downplay someone's intelligence. If anything is a point of idiocy, it is to downplay someone's intelligence. We are all logical beings on this planet, whether right or wrong. It is the information we have at our hands and our class inspirations and how they drive us that put us into those positions. And if we don't debate ideas out at the point we can, we might as well just be fighting from the start. We, fight is something we do at the point where we can fight when we were at the point of fighting. But we're at a point where we have open discussion. And if we just belittle people as idiots because they disagree with us, we'll never get anyone to agree with us. And then we will lose because we'll have more enemies than we'll have comrades.
Yep. Oh, and also, literally, I was gonna mention is that, what's the word? She also wants to claim that she's been abused and shit like that when that's never fucking happened as well.
Well, we don't know
Literally,
whether it's never happened. It's just what's it? We know that the situation seems more that like she was the abuser.
like, this is the other thing. We also have evidence for it, and she doesn't. And also,
Yeah, of course.
like, that's the other thing. We actually have evidence, and we can actually provide it. If you want to go to the
I'm
chat,
just saying we have evidence of the abuse that they have done. I'm just saying that we don't know whether they've not been to say that they've never been abused is a big statement to state. That's all I'm saying. Like, you got to be careful how you word things, what words you put out there, because that's something that implies a lot more than what you're trying to say with it.
yeah. And also, if
Now
you want to show
they weren't abused in MRN, if that's the point you're trying to put out there, because that
yeah,
certainly was the case. Because all I was asking for was a fucking fair conversation, and if anyone noticed, MRN was putting a lot of things aside. I was holding back a lot of my criticisms of China and their imperialism aside, and other things like that were being held aside, so that we could get on with these fucking dengists, to at least not have them in our camp, not have them with any sort of power, but just to try and see Wagwan, pull some of them over maybe, see Wagwan, see what we can do, engage with these people, test the water. We test the water, and the water ended up being fucking poisonous. Genuinely, dengists, in my opinion, are not trustworthy.
yeah, they're fascists.
Yeah, through and through.
Yeah,
It comes into the way in which that they're idolizing a corporatist country, one that has the bourgeoisie merged into the government, at least the fucking big parts of it.
mm-hmm.
Oh, we lost viewers. I have put them off with my abject opinions.
But the other thing I also want to mention is this, like, she also claims that they did not that the MRN network did nothing. Want to claim like what they actually did after the whole situation? Want to tell them what they actually did after the whole situation that happened in the Skype chat?
Sorry, my brain went flat. What did you say?
Oh, so basically, I was gonna say this. The other thing is this. She claimed that we didn't do anything, guys. We did nothing about the
Oh,
whole situation.
you did something. You enjoyed the fucking show. Shit.
But guys, we did nothing according to her. But Stone, tell them what they did. Tell them what Amaran did after basically the whole like argument or the whole situation happened.
Wait, about when I was removed from the chat, or
Yeah, removed from the chat. You were also suspended, right?
that was kind of, it was a complicated one. Like everyone was fighting on ways to fucking get me to personally remove myself, and I went on a fucking frenzy about not engaging in that because it was. So the problem was is that we were getting into a position where we were more trying to akin to their bollocks, which as Jason very very lovingly apologized and took the heat for, was the wrong action to do. But obviously it was trying to keep this, but just because of how fucking obviously overly sensitive everyone's responded to all of this, because Mason's being a fucking ass as well. He's not dealing with the situation properly. You've got Connor, who's just fucking taking everything out of context she can possibly to try and give herself some fucking edge, calling me a crackhead. No, I do. Okay, so other than my medication, because I'm medicated with fucking pregabalin, and I'm supposed to take amphetamine, but I'd never take it really.
Yeah.
It's been about 2 weeks since I've had my amphetamine. But the that's my prescribed medication, and I smoke marijuana. I have never in my life done crack cocaine. I've done normal cocaine, which is absolutely great fun. But crack cocaine, never done in my life. Never going to do it in my life. Because
And
it's
never did
fucking
it in
petty.
front of
And
me.
for someone to even dare call me a crackhead, that is some fucking disgusting behaviour and anti-lumpen as fuck. And that is a perspective you get from the Labour aristocratic academic point of view. They see people of the lower classes crackheads and meth heads, bagheads and fucking all that. Just
Oh
drug
yeah,
out.
she also claimed that you guys literally talked about sex and drank and did crack in front of me and shit like that, and said you
Next
did
thing you
that.
know, she'll be telling you that we were summoning the fucking
A demon
summoning
or some
demons or
shit.
something. Yeah, fucking hell. What's it? I don't have time for them sort of fucking stupid conversations we're having a talk. We're always dealing with fucking politics. I mean, I don't care for fucking dirty conversations in that sense of life. If I'm having dirty humor, it's dark humor. So I'm gonna be making fucking jokes about fucking war or something. Like I'm just gonna be that geezer. Or probably 9/11. But you know, the realm of these sort of fucking ideas is just preposterous. Now, maybe in the realms of some of the other dickheads, I don't fucking know. I can't speak for anyone. I can only speak for myself. But and I haven't been in MRM for as long as everyone else is. I'm a bit of a fucking newcomer, you know. So I don't know what fucking horrible conversations you fucking you people have had when I've not been around. But I'm sure it's not been fucking so disastrous that they've held on to them this long and then decided, oh no, they had all these horrible conversations that by
Literally
showing this as explicit. And now, mind you, Connor was in the chat for what, like 3 days, 4 days,
less than 2 days.
less than 2 days. So,
Oh,
what
and
chats
also,
did they experience us having in there that were of that caliber? I don't
yeah,
think they
literally.
experienced us having any chats at all in there because I
The
don't remember them
only
being in any phone call in there.
I only seen them in phone calls that you were not in. So literally, for example, I remember the same I think it was like this is what happened. Literally the only type of like violence I talked about was literally talking about giving the Fujimoris a bullet or some shit like that. That was the only type of violence I talked about, like giving like horrible fascist leaders the bullet.
How
That's
how dare you want to murder fascists?
Oh my god, fascism. Oh my god,
Oh,
don't
that's
kill my
so
favorite
horrible.
fascist.
You
Oh my god,
you
guys.
are a horrible person for wanting to remove people who are worse people.
Yeah, it's so funny.
You know, the worst of people. Like these people are fucking uh, yeah. Claiming to want fucking fascists to be shot is being too violent. Okay.
It's just
Like
so
goodness.
funny.
Man, that's it. Fucking A. We're gonna be start throwing drug slurs around. It seems most of the people in this fucking movement are smoking the good old DMT, DMT, DMT. But um, the funny side of all this situation is good old Connor seemed to have been trying to. So there's already been suspicion around the trying to removal of Lumpen comrades, but it also just seems about people are criticizing their shit on that sort of thing. Thank you, good sir.
See?
Ducks, no viewers. I forget that I can show people's
Yes, thank you.
comments. I forgot that I can do this. I am sorry, Joanne. I should have I'm gonna give you the show light. There we go.
So much of for
And
the
this
tolerant
one.
left LMAO. Am I
And
right?
this one. This is my first time using StreamYard myself, as you may have noticed. I happen to be many shades of autistic.
Oh, can I also mention the other thing is this? There was no conversations about sex when I was in literally the MRN, in the MRN group chat or in MRN. There has been none, and she has provided no evidence for any such conversation that has ever happened, ever, at all. And next, the only thing that kind of had to do anything literal about it was only about my gender dysphoria or me being a trans woman.
I mean, what's it? It's funny that they're trying to sort of pull these fucking cards and strings, and then when you basically contradict their line of logic around, let's say me or any other ones of this group, they're then just trying to dismantle your position within all of this any way that they can. They're looking here, there, and everywhere to pull on an aglet. This is a shoelace.
The other,
Connor Gillis is a sociopath narcissist. I'm through with these first world narcissists, and I mean that quite very literally. I agree,
yeah,
good sir.
yeah. The other
No,
thing is
I
this,
very much agree.
then she always tries to use my ableism. Next, she tries to use ableism, like my disability against me, my fucking age, then threatens to try to contact my fucking parents. Did this in DMs and did this publicly.
But I've had several disagreements with them before. And it first started out. The first time I had an argument with them about China was the first and only time I ever actually got given an argumentation from them. You know, their own perspective, what they think, and it was when they tried to tell me that there aren't billionaires in China because the profits are called the people's profits and they belong to the whole people of China. So I asked for sources and information and her to explain how this functions and how this works for people. And I just got told that I have shit sources and that I'm a fucking idiot and this, that, and the other. I eventually told her to stop acting like a cunt and got called a sexist. Very similar situation to the one that's happening now, funnily enough. And then
Yeah,
every
and
other
then
situation
also
I've ever had an argument, there's never actually been an argumentation, just agitation.
the only type of argument you got into, like the only type of argument where she actually made some points is when you mentioned about literally a debate about the people's profits or some shit like that.
So she couldn't deprive me any thoughts or anything like that, but I could very easily point out the way finance capital functions, the way it forms, and how it's a product of imperialism as an actual main conglomerate of the organization of society. Finance capital is built by the full expansion and development of industrial capital. Industrial capital converts into finance.
Yep. Oh, and then the other thing is this. Then she tries to make Luke or the Angles out to be a pedophile.
Yeah,
Wow.
baseless assertions from fucking what's it? Notions of fucking teenagers just being teenagers and having crashes on people. So
Literally.
the geezer himself is
Here's
not
the other
fucking
thing.
involved in anything like this. Like my man's already fucking hitting it up with birds fucking just a bit older than him, right? Fucking speaking all along. You know, this is the kind of geezer we're speaking of. He's gonna be fucking what's it? Heart open with fucking things he's fucking dealing with.
Oh, and
Here,
also
there,
the
and
other thing
everywhere.
is this. Can I also say this? Literally, I actually was the one who tried like flirting with him, and this is the other thing. You know what she's doing? She's taking half truths. Literally. I actually told her, yes, I do have a crush on Luke. Yes, I do. That is true. But Luke actually denied my advances. And also when I make my video, I'm actually gonna show evidence for that. Oh my god.
Well, I remember this was fucking time ago. This was
Literally. I actually have a screenshot where basically he's like I have actually a screenshot where he's like denying my advances or anything of that sort. That's what he did.
What's it?
Literally. That was his response to basically my crush on him. That was all. And
I mean,
literally,
considering that you're going to make a bigger video on this as well, I would say that we're probably not going to be able to fully cover the full scope of what this, regardless of what we, as much as we talk about here. So those that do listen here should, regardless of whether you are subscribed or not, which you should be subscribed to Falcon General. But if you're not, you should, be you should go and watch the video they make regarding this situation to fully get a scope of the picture before you make an assumption on it all. Because Falcon, A, knows more about this than me because she's involved in it, and B, it's going to have all the information and all the bits and pieces. And Falcon is a proper Maoist on their principle when it comes to criticism and breaking things down and looking at things and showing things as they are. So you expect a decent video.
I remember I did that with the B-level situation where I broke everything down. I tried breaking it down into a timeline as well. And also the other thing as well is this. Literally next we have Connor siding with B-level, saying we fabricated this. And that B-level is right. The angles, this is a really bad
person. So I would like Connor to in the, I imagine, quote unquote love and respect for Comrade Net, to say directly that his family was not doxxed by B-level. Go on, directly say that. Go and betray someone that you supposedly say that you care for so much, and say that he wasn't doxxed by B-level when he was. How fucking dare you?
Yeah,
you want to go and make all your big fucking floaty stuff, like you made a fucking great video about fucking the war in Boston, say, and then you go and do this. You just flip 180. Like, how much of that was ever fucking truth?
Never. I don't believe.
At least for that way that they fucking believe.
Can I also say this? The other thing is this, is that I also would want to ask Connor this. I would also want to ask, try telling Dark Zenobia and Broden or Mac or Chris that basically B-level sending Broden, Mac, or Chris to basically harass Dark Zenobia while he was grieving for his mother was fabricated. Please tell that to them. Please try telling that to them. Because literally, the other thing is that it's fucking bullshit that she believes that it's fabricated. It's fucking bullshit that it's fabricated. Because it actually fucking happened.
I've seen the videos that were made that was showing the fucking chats of it as it was happening.
Literally, she was even shown the fucking evidence as well. She even saw the evidence.
This boy that Broden has it. Exactly, yes. I remember when you showed all the bits and pieces, Stark Synovia, when it happened. Like, great fucking.
Oh, wait. Darks. Basically, oh, wait. Check Darks' comment.
Yeah, I should show it, yeah.
Funny that she says that this is fabricated. It despite the fact that Broden has evidence that B-level sent people after me when my mother died and didn't tell them that my mother fucking died. That's the other thing. Literally, how is this fucking fabricated, Connor, when literally there is fucking evidence for this fucking shit that you even saw on a fucking screen with Net, Stone, fucking the angles this? You saw all that fucking shit, Connor. What a fucking liar. You are a fucking liar. You are a liar. You are a sexual abuser. You're a fucking ultra leftist. And you are a fucking fascist, opportunist, fucking liar. I thought you were my fucking friend, but you fucking betrayed me. What a fucking liar. Fuck you, Connor. Fuck you for trying to threaten me. Fuck you for trying to destroy my fucking friends' fucking lives. And I'm going to go and make your fucking life a living fucking hell. Once the fuck again. Don't ever try to fucking threaten me. Ever.
Don't anger the indigenous trans community, Connor. You've made a fucking terrible enemy. They'll fucking have you. I stay out of Falcon's way.
That's the other thing. This fucker literally wants to try to fucking threaten me and try to threaten to contact my fucking mother. Tough fucking shit. She's not gonna fucking believe you. Tough fucking shit. You can't even fucking contact her because I got you blocked on fucking Skype, Discord, all types of fucking platforms except fucking YouTube, bitch. I
She don't
literally
want to
am
get on with
tired
this
of
one.
this fucking bitch. I hate this bitch. I hope her career goes into a fucking grave.
Should have just called the stream the Tolerant Left. You should have been hit with what we started.
Yeah, so much for the fucking tolerant left. So much for the fucking tolerant left.
I just love that one. I had to go back to it.
I am tired of that fucking bitch. And also, this goes to Mason too, because I'm gonna criticize his fucking ass on this. Yeah, you're not getting away with this same shit, Mason. Because this was your fucking responsibility too, motherfucker. You're the person who was in charge of the fucking American Leninist camp, but you did nothing about this. Then you go on and make a video, not knowing the actual full story on the whole situation, and you call it like some shit extravaganza or some shit like that. Whatever the fuck you said. But literally, you did not do anything about it.
He turns around and throws blame on that.
He wants to blame it on
Where's
fucking
your?
Ned. This was
This
his
isn't
fucking
Ned's
problem.
authority.
He's
Ned's
in
got
charge of
fucking
the
real
American
ground
fucking
shit to
men.
fucking deal with, like as well as deal with this. And Ned's self-criticizing on his issues in regards to the Gillis situation. But to be honest, I don't blame Ned for very much of it because he's been fucking manipulated. Ned's gone through enough fucking shit as it is. He's been treated by a dickhead and played like a fucking fool. And he's a good fucking lad and he's got all the fucking art in the world. He's got all my fucking art. But the way he's been fucking treated and all this has been absolutely disrespectful. And for him to be now dragged even further into the mud and given more fucking blame from someone who hasn't even been about, who won't even confront the proper issue at hand. Should be confronting the Connor issue, not some vague attack at some quote online vanguard end quote, which is not what this is supposed to be. I don't know if people know this. This is agitprop, not unvanguard.
Oh, the other thing I also want to mention is this. The other thing is this. She wants to say we also said this, that literally, she said, that literally you guys own fucking agent. Tough try,
Whoa,
bitch.
you just had a connection difficulty then, so all we got was tough try, bitch.
Oh, so literally, she tried to use my own fucking age against me. Literally, she tried to literally say this, that you guys fucking manipulated me. That is such fucking bullshit. Literally, where in the fuck did they ever fucking manipulate me? Hello, don't I actually have a fucking mind of my fucking own, bitch? That's the
I
other
wish they
thing.
would
If
too,
I was
Dutch
so
Nigger. I wish they would
manipulated,
too.
I would have been agreeing with every single fucking point they ever had to fucking say. But no, I criticized Stone on basically him believing that Russia is a second world nation. It's not. It's a first world competitive imperialist power. Literally. Next,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
criticized
what's it?
Dark Novia for being like too neutral on China. That's my criticism as well. I criticize Jason for literally still believing the DPRK is socialist. Literally. And then I also criticize Net for his support for Bolivarianism. Literally some bullshit from South America run by fucking trots in Venezuela. Literally. The other thing is this. I also criticize Luke for saying that literally the DPRK's involvement in Peru is inconclusive. No, it's conclusive as fuck. It's conclusive as fuck. I have fucking evidence. That's the thing.
One
If I were
typewriter
so
thing from
fucking
the
rude,
US
I would
Embassy.
be saying that, oh my god, literally, I agree with every single point they had to say. I'm just going to be some fucking cultist or some bullshit. But I'm not, motherfucker. I have my own fucking mind, bitch.
Yeah, and I disagree with like most of it, but that's it. That's the way we get on with these things. I criticize her, she criticizes me. We get on about these sort of stuff, and that's proper Marxism, proper Maoism, and proper any other fucking whateverisms you want to fucking be. If you want to be a dialectical materialist, you've got to be critical. You can't let these fucking you're an ally or this, that, or the other be a block from criticism, because if we don't criticize each other, we fall into dogmatism or visionism or just reactionary fucking return to liberal behavior, when
Also,
fucking,
can I also
people are drug addicts when they're fucking like this, like they're like a recovering drug addict. They're addicted to this. And this is more, this doesn't really apply to those outside of capitalist realism that are suffering so much that they can fucking see everything straight as a fucking pear.
yeah.
But what's it? The fucking, those in capitalist realism, those in the the, the petty bourgeois, the the bourgeoisificated working class, or you could call it like the petty labor aristocracy. Then you've got the labor aristocracy, and then you've got the lower bourgeois. Those sort of folk, them coming into Marxism, it's like a recovering drug addict, but fucking even larger, I imagine, because like they're more
Oh,
akin to keeping their system of life, their decent way of, their consistent or normal living, things that are going as, decent as could be, 30-40 grand a year job, talking British pounds. So US
can
would
I
be like
also say something?
45 to 70, I think. I don't fucking know.
It's so funny how literally like people in Connor's comment section are saying that I'm a fucking fascist, but and literally this is so funny. They call me a fucking fascist, but literally they also forget that Connor Gillis went to literal fucking fascist like the other Carl or fucking cultural thug for literal support in this fucking drama that she wants to fucking start with us in this literal war that she fucking started with us. That's what you went and did. Literally, she goes to fucking fascist for support. That's what she did. But I'm a fascist, even though this person goes and walks toward two fascists and literally asks for their fucking help and their fucking support. Yeah, bitch, fucking
This
please.
is someone that denies the existence of Han colonialism and calls anyone who talks about Han colonialism anti-Asian. Now, doesn't that
Or
sound a bit orient?
xenophobic.
Doesn't it? Well, they might just call you xenophobic, but they also call you anti-Asian as well, which sounds really Orientalist to me. Like they're blocking Han people as a representative of Asian people. The Asian continent is very diverse. I don't know if people know this, but it's got all sorts of, you've got the Mongolian people, you've got the 53 different fucking nationalities of China, and there's probably not even getting into smaller national groups, because I don't even know whether fucking the count the revolution was even fucking the full extent. Who fucking knows? Maybe there's fucking 60. I could be fucking wrong. I wouldn't like to fucking put my finger on it. You got the Korean people, the Indo-Chinese people, the Siamese people, the fucking the Central Asian people, Russian people, like, because there's a mass amount of Russian people that aren't European. They're actually technically Asian. They're
Yeah.
part Mongolian. So
And
there's a and Siberian people, for example. So it's and Indians, which is like 20 different bloody countries that Britain decided to slam into one because, the company, as in corporation. We turned it into an actual company because empire. We kill 1.8 billion people on average, by the way. On average, average people we killed altogether. But
can I also mention
to turn
what
around and say
fucking
that being anti-Han colonialism is anti all of those people is
can I
hilariously contradictory, especially when the Han colonialism is in contradiction of the other 52 ethnicities of China.
Oh, can I also mention something? Because I actually talked to somebody like Specky V, for example, who's actually Han Chinese and was actually born in China, who actually experienced xenophobia themselves. Literally, Connor Gillis wants to literally constitute what xenophobia is when she is fucking white. Literally, a couple months back on Trav's Discord server, she called Leftism Today a xenophobe because he didn't see a problem with the original thumbnail on Jason's China video. And then literally saying this, it's amazing. Falcon is more mature than you. I don't really have interest for xenophobes that never actually do real life shit or some shit like that. And then literally, he said this that as a Chinese person who experienced xenophobia, I think she's exaggerating on what constitutes a xenophobia. And then the other thing is this. I remember the start of COVID, a friend indirectly called me a chink, and he went to spread conspiracy theories on the World Health Organization being Chinese controlled and COVID being created in a lab. That's true xenophobia, not Connor Gillis, a white person, being told that Han chauvinism.
Do you want to know what's the funniest thing that's been coming out about all the lab leak stuff? Is that if it is a lab leak, it's America's fault. Like, if it
Yeah.
leaked from Wuhan, it was because of an American project there that they tried to cover up. That's why America were the ones that at first were saying it wasn't a lab leak, it was a natural cause, because they were trying to cover up the fact that they were the ones that accidentally leaked it out the lab. They were doing tests in China to make a novel coronavirus under funding of the fucking American viral industry. There was this company, I can't remember what it's called. But I think the American government actually put money towards it too.
The other thing as well is then literally, she wants to constitute what xenophobia is, but she's a fucking white woman. You're not fucking Asian, bitch. And you also, this is the other thing as well. Literally, you never actually experience racism ever, Connor, because you are a fucking white person. You are a literal white woman. That's what you are. You are not a fucking oppressed minority like me who had literally literally have never seen freedom in their entire fucking life. Ever. That's the other thing. And are still not even called citizens on our own fucking land. And you're literally settling on it. Fucking settler. Basically, this video should be titled this. So much for the basically we should just title this video, "Hey Colonizers." Fucking bitches. I can't stand these fucking settlers. Kick these
Goddamn
fucking
colonizers.
I want these fucking settlers gone. Kick them out. I hope the Comanches fucking kick their asses out. I hope
No,
their asses
genuinely, like,
kicked out of
fucking.
Comancheria,
I mean, what's it?
which is modern day Texas.
It's just the really fucking it's the really academic fucking nature of the way I was being fucking belittled. That is the funny one, because it's like, okay, you know more than me, you have better sources than me, tell me what you know. And I still get belittled for being too stupid to have a conversation with about. It's like, what the fuck? Come on, no, God, I thought you were better than this.
No.
I was naive. We're supposed to be Marxists, not liberals. Most Marxists don't get the memo. I mean, most of these people probably struggle to wake up to their alarms, so I imagine memos are probably not the best thing for them to utilize anyway. They probably have the memo, they probably just don't read their memos. You know what the new generation are like with their mobile phones. What, Falcon disconnected? You fell through the ether, lass. I think you're disconnected.
Oh god, literally. The other thing is this, I also want to say is this, literally, it's so funny, literally, I'm so tired of these fucking settlers, like, for real. I just hope the Comanches just kick them out of fucking Texas, because that's their fucking land, not hers, and she can get the fuck out of here.
Comanche fucking freedom fight, hell yeah.
She needs to get out of fucking Comancheria, because she's a fucking settler. Fuck off, settler. Oh, and also the other thing I also want to mention is this, that literally, she also wants to say all this other shit. I'm just gonna pick something from my script that I actually wrote, so I can give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek about how much of a fucking liar she is. So literally, she says this, that basically our source, for literally her stealing money from an African man was literally Gonzaloist, when she is literally helping out the fucking Gonzalez who just recently attacked the Arizona Rebellion by attacking the Emera network and literally attacking Net as well. And all, like, this is so fucking funny. She does this shit. And then she lies about where me and Dark Sinovia and Maxwell Glover stood, literally saying Maxwell wanted to disaffiliate from the network. I fucking talked to Maxwell, and he says that's fucking bullshit, Connor. So what a
Bollocks.
fucking liar. Second of all,
Bollocks, Connor.
Also, second of all, literally, I find out this shit that literally she tries to say Dark Sinovia basically is on her side. Dark Sinovia knows that's fucking bullshit, and you could say it right here in the comment section, right
Fucking hell,
there.
you can just look at the comment section. I think it's pretty apparent. Like that, Dark Sinovia definitely supports Carl. Look at this. Like, where's this one? There we go. There's a perfect one.
Yeah,
He
it's so
definitely
perfect.
definitely supports Conor Guinness.
And then says that I had her back during this whole situation. I only came to go check up on her. So literally, I'm going to read my fucking DMs on I have had with her on fucking Skype. Okay. Let me find it.
You really just gonna be that?
Profile.
You just gonna really be that?
Wait. Let me do this. Wait, let me check something.
See, this just sounds like you're supporting her even more. Sorry, it just sounds. Stop. Sorry, I can't even. I'm not very good at lying. Trying to make a joke, but I'm not very good at doing the funny lie jokes when I try and call you out for something you're not doing. Old English one too. But no. The thought being a past tense use of the word, I imagine, good sir. Had I known about the dossier, I would not try to apologize. I wasn't even joking about that video, to be honest. I was just doing a whole reverse position jest, but what's it? Nah, if I'd known about that fucking dossier, I wouldn't have been fucking willing to put my issues with Dengis aside to see if, we can work with them, because they might be decent, this, that, and the other. I was suspicious of her from the very start, but I gave her a chance. I wish I was always right when it came to people like Connor. You can never be always right with these people, because they'll always catch you by the fucking form and fucking grip. But it's just with dickheads like this specifically, if you're critical enough of them, they'll show themselves anyway, because they're really edgy about it. They'll fucking flip their shit basket. They don't like people pulling their aglets. Untie old bloody shoelace. But, thinking... Yeah, so it comes into a bigger issue in regards to all of this, and bring Falcone in. So before you go on, Falcone, I gotta talk. Before you go on, Falcone, I gotta mention something though. Is that this dives into a bigger issue of things? Is that what was I gonna say? I had it in my head and now I've lost it.
Okay, so basically,
Bastard.
so I unblocked her on Skype and said this, basically, I asked her this, on that same day. I asked her, "Hey, are you okay?" And then she said, "Yes, I am okay." I only did that to check up on her to see if she was okay. And I said, "Sorry about what happened. It's okay. I'm talking to Net, and comrade number 3 wants to cut you off," or some shit like that. And then I said, "Okay." That's all the fuck I said about her. That's all I said to her.
Well,
Never said I got your back, or any of that fucking shit.
Fair play. Fair play. So,
That is all the shit I fucking said. I never said, hey, I got your fucking back. I never picked her side, ever. I never said I was on anybody's side at all. Until I came out with my fucking video and my fucking truth. Literally. Next, she has posted no actual fucking evidence for any of the shit she says that happened. Ever. Stone, do you want to go into the chat logs and basically about like the whole situation and how it started? And from the aftermath?
well, you're the ones who got, you're the one with the screenshots. Like that chat is a bloody long chat to scroll the way up of.
Just go to search, type in China.
Type in China.
Or wait, type in sexism. Type in sexism.
Cunt.
Did you find it? Or just talk about propaganda? Or just type in propaganda?
What do you mean? Search. Oh wait, there you go. Find. Sources. Like primary. First hand, that'd be what it is. China. Well, this thing doesn't search very far back. It only goes back to the end of the day.
Yeah, it does. Let me look at it.
Genuinely, I'm just using it. It will only search back to the end of the current day. China doesn't get me anywhere in there. Like it's the word Han. The word Han doesn't come up with anything, and the word Han should come up with something because I used the word Han in that conversation. So search bar doesn't go all the way back. I tell you to get screenshots of it. Because I didn't have access to the chat at the time. And by the time I do, it's going to take me 3 fucking days to scroll through it all. Fuck me. Oh wow, the chat's cleared. What? Everything before everything after Connor left has been cleared. What the fuck?
Okay, just type in propaganda. Just like click on.
No. Do you not just fucking hear me? Everything
For me,
above,
it's not.
everything above the third for me is gone. Everything above Connor left is gone.
Wait, let me see this.
Scroll all the way up to the top of the chat. Yeah, but what's it? You'll always end up coming into a wrong end though, because we weren't right quick enough with Connor. That's the problem. But it coming to a problem I was going to get into contradiction. What to be learned from this situation? By the way, the person was very, very keen on getting rid of me. I mean, they weren't really willing to deal with the fact that they might have, just had a genuine overreaction to the situation. We could have discussed and dealt with this out, but they were very happy on creating a very disperseful way in which I'm removed from the situation, and it happened to be that I wasn't actually being removed because no, not unless they've actually got a fucking good reason to have been removed, which calling someone a fucking cunt because they've behaved like a dickhead for God knows how fucking long, calling me an idiot for fucking 20 minutes straight.
Oh, you
Well,
should
so
do a
fucking
chat
here.
set. Oh wait, hey, oh wait, Stone, do this. Do chat settings for you. Basically, I think you didn't turn on this. Like, keep up all the chat history.
I don't know how to fucking do these things. What's it? I didn't choose to use these foreign fucking, what's it? Scoop, Skype, foreign land of the internet. I am fucking, what's it? Not so long ago, I was on street.
Scape, scoop.
All the video call we had was talking to yourself and fucking canal. Looking at your reflection.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Messaging. Uh, what? General? What?
Go to group setting.
Okay. I'm in the settings. I'm looking for I'm in the bloody settings. They're not bloody here. Notifications. Messaging. Why is it not in the bloody... I'm gonna make the text size large. Because I'm fucking Mr. Old Man Vision. Ah!
So
Well,
literally the
resize
last
the
word
text.
she said on the chat was this, that
Well, you might as well go from the
literally
start rather than the late end.
she said this, that I cannot be in a space with a sexist gaslighter.
Yeah, what I'm
Have
saying
fun
is,
winning the world proletariat
yeah,
with
but
this fucking dickhead.
you might as well go. You're better going from the start rather than the end.
Okay, I will read the whole chat. I will do it.
Go from when she come in,
Wait.
fire and fury.
Wait. Propaganda.
Um, ahoy.
Ahoy.
Connor Gillis and a tiny bit of B level, I guess. So we fucking That's it. We've not really dived much onto that shithead's plate so much as maybe we were expecting to have. But that's because there's been so much to deal with in regards to shitters.
Yeah. So basically, it starts off with this. I said, look at this propaganda I found, and I started posting it. You said,
Well,
funky
that's
stuff.
not. I'm not about the start of the situation with Gillis. Not fucking Maxwell. Like you're releasing something that doesn't matter. We're only dealing with what matters. So you start from the
Alright.
situation with Gillis. So go from where Gillis starts.
Okay, so we're changing the subject to India. And literally, while we were changing the subject to India, literally the whole conversation was resolved. And then later on, you have, for example, Connor Gillis comes in at 11:40 p.m. saying, I see a lot of intellectually earlier in this chat. It's exhausting how nasty someone gets, especially when they have never studied a primary source on the subject in their life. Y'all are exhausting and not a shred of intellectual honesty in this anti-China garbage. I already made 2 videos addressing this, but there is no honesty from one side. Max is right. That's how she started it. She basically tried to say this, that we were like not intellectually honest, and basically talking about that you never studied a primary source in your life or some shit like that.
I mean, what's it? I wonder if big glass sources over here is going to show me some other fucking what's it? What fanciful
The
amount of
people's
information.
profit,
Wait and
the
see.
people's Gucci,
Wait and see. Wait and see. So what happens
the
next, Falco?
people's billionaires, the people's KFC.
Falco, what happens next? What do I say in response?
So, I said, I really need to research more on the Indian movement, especially with many communist parties in
No, I
India.
read about what I said next into response to
And then
Gillis.
you said, attacking sources that haven't even been presented is fucking hilarious. Try presenting an argument, not attacking sources that haven't been presented. Shit. And then Connor says this shit like this is why the global South laughs internal leftists out of the room. And then you said, like what my Kenyan comrade who's fucking despises what Chinese imperialism is doing to his nations. The hubris of people who never built a post-revolutionary society dictating on the global South is how they do it. It's pure chauvinism. Whom laughs at the need to suck off of...
Oh, you cut out.
You were talking about who needs to suck off the need from a fucking bourgeois imperialist nation. And she's like talking about like sources or primary sources and talking about you attacking sources that have not even been presented. Wait, I gotta get the door.
Ding dong. I wish I could get Skype to work so I could fucking get the chat up myself. I've got a good chat able compact this one. I respect you more. What the fuck are these settings, man? I'm attempting to use Skype.
Sorry about that. So, basically, where were we?
Somewhere, you were reading off the chat.
Okay, so basically
thanks,
talking
Doc.
about talking about you attacking sources that never been presented at all. Yay, we gained subs. We helped our comrades gain subs, guys. So,
Apparently I'm actually enjoyable.
yeah, I know, right? So, continuing on. Then you also have this, where
Opportunists. You are
basically,
bad, boy.
so because
Sorry.
people need a superpower, otherwise the world is too scary for them to handle. And then I posted a GIF, like a GIF, like just like eating popcorn and shit like that, because this is getting fucking crazy at this point. This is where basically the argument starts heading into basically just like throwing insults at each other. So, Gamer Gillis.
No, it's just because when I saw like Bad Art Boy game, I just saw Bad Art Boy as his name, and then I saw Gaming Connor Gillis.
Oh God. Okay.
So it's welcome to the pit of
Okay.
Gamer Gillis.
Okay. So then Maxwell comes in and says one person's opinion stoned.
B level. Just relying to the chat.
But that is a person we should gather criticism from. And then Connor Gillis, a few Western leftists who have never done revolution certainly know more than the billions of people who freed themselves from Western colonialism. Literally. And then you said with Han colonialism. Oh shit! Sorry.
This is where things start to break down.
Okay, JP. Ooh, basically we're talking about this person named Connor Gillis who literally is lying about us and smearing us and shit like that. And
Essentially, so what we've just got through is several instances of me initially asking for them to present an argument, not be a dickhead, and I've just been called an idiot and all that. And this is where it starts to get, worse.
yeah, so then you have this. Very grand. That's bathing in Eurocentrism. And then he calls you, and then she calls you an idiot, says you're an idiot. Oh God. And then next, I said I'm going to eat my popcorn. And then Maxwell's like, correction, Han chauvinism. And then Connor says and race, and says basically he's calling you a racist, and then you're like, wow, very respectful. China is one nation. I'm supposed to soften my language for a cunty behavior like that, as you responded to basically being called an idiot and a racist.
I was told that. So it gets to the point where I'm being told I need to study more. I'm inacademic enough to engage in a discussion with them. They are beyond me, as it be said.
And then continuing on, she goes into this where it's like, no joke, Goy, shut the fuck up, about the struggle of the global south. China is a multi-ethnic nation. Yeah, racist. I literally studied their history for a decade, but you know better than I'm, sir. You certainly know better than the billions of Chinese, LMAO. And then you're like, shut the fuck about it yourself. China is in the fucking north. China is a nation with a rich history of colonialism. Maybe stop ignoring its past. Mao was a anti-Han dominance for a good fucking reason. And then I brought up a different occasion to kind of like change the subject, where I said this. Remember when post-Nazbol Judaism said this, that China is ethnically homogenous or some shit like that?
Fuck's sake, but I'll play. Don't test YouTube. YouTube will fucking find you.
At this point, Lebanese friend with us. We should just like bring him on the stream or some shit like that, but not right
He'll
now.
get it taken down.
And then
Ah,
Connor continues
dying.
and says, "Western chauvinism at its finest." And then you respond as if you spoke of it at all of China, but your head. Oh wait, your pull out your head out of your arse and breathe some oxygen. The methane ain't doing you too good.
If you piss me off, I am gonna fucking go full on for you, fucking. Boy, hurt your ass, man. It's not hurting your brain too good, is it?
Oh, okay. And then
Come on, Susan. Susan is
moving
something that
on.
I made as a joke earlier that it's going to be the name for third worldism. It's going to be Marxism, Leninism, Maoism, Susan.
And,
No ism, just Susan. We've got it.
then
We've got it all
here's
planned
the other
out.
thing. Then she calls you an idiot and says you're an idiot. Before the revolution, it was Manchukuo dominance. You literally have no clue of what you're talking about. Intellectual dishonesty. And then Maxwell's like, she lived there, Stone. And then basically Connor's like, just shut up about it, Stone. And then Maxwell's like, please, both of you, have a little more respect for the other. You don't know what you're talking about, according to Connor. More hot ad homid. Seriously, fuck off talking down to me, you irrespective cunt. I am being intellectually dishonest, you prat. I display. You said, and then Connor basically comes in and starts going full on batshit. And then just shh. All you do is fucking tell me I don't fucking know. And then basically then she calls you a sexist and a racist at the same time. And then next, make a fucking argument, as you mentioned. And then or a Maoist, you go sexist real quick. Wow, that is so funny. And then I said, okay, me and Max will be moderators with our biases, LMAO. We tried, guys. Guys, we really tried. You know, we tried our hardest, guys.
Fuck's sake, so low, like you are fucking memester.
Bad R boys.
He's catching bad eye boy
Just
stuff
fucking
out.
funny.
That's why it's no
That's
longer
America.
Susan. It's Susan.
Susan.
Because
Okay, back to the thing.
better boy's gonna get us banned off the fucking galactic web of.
Okay, then Stone, you respond this. Just call me an idiot for displaying a disagreeing argument. And then Connor said, or third worldism. And anti-Lumpen, and then you respond anti-Lumpen behavior. And then she says, I am Lumpen, you dumbass. And then you respond that doesn't mean shit. And I was like, oh shit. And then Max is like, stop calling.
Oh, you cut out. Ah.
Wave our flag like you're a fucking martyr. That's why you responded. And then
Well,
Connor
you cut
says,
out.
you're
You
being.
cut out for that one, so you have to start that one again.
Okay, so basically, she's like.
Oh, you cut out again.
Well,
Fuck right. Yeah, there we go. Now you're back.
Okay, so basically she goes like, I am Lumpen, dumbass, when you called her anti-Lumpen. And
Yeah, we got that
you
one.
respond, I am recent, and then you said, you recently became Lumpen and stuff like that, and then don't try to wave our flag like you're some martyr or some shit like that.
Yeah, right
And
on.
then,
Because like it's not the same as a lot of these people that have fucking millions of more experience on even myself as someone who's got a fair amount of experience in this sort of fucking life.
okay, and then
I'm a youngster as far as any fucking else is concerned when it comes to being in the lump, and there are people out there in their fucking 50s, fucking twice my age, fucking going about it.
next you also come into this. So another response. She says, you're being a racist and you fall back on anti-Lumpen. And then Maxwell's like, oh, y'all are exhausting. Ah, shit, not gonna lie, y'all are exhausting when it came to that whole thing because I was supposed to have, I literally thought I was gonna have a chiropractor appointment on Wednesday or on Tuesday at that time. So I was like, ugh. So then, uh, then I basically respond with basically a GIF where it literally I'm just like sipping tea or some shit like that. Like when like tea is hot. You know those like memes where it's like that one person who's like sipping tea or sipping a drink while like a whole argument's going on?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Well, you were, what's it, posting fucking popcorn gifts and stuff.
Yeah. And so back to the thing.
Well, we got a fucking big funny here. No, you don't want to be like me because it's crippled and angry.
And then you said then you say this, you haven't made an argument, which is
Or
true. She
old,
has
that's a good
never
way of
made it.
putting it.
And then she calls you downright abusive when you get criticized. You have already been racist, chauvinist, and a sexist. What a great fucking communist. Oh God, help me. This is so funny. And then next, another response where she says, you have already been a race. Oh wait, then you said all you do is call me an idiot and don't say what I'm talking about, which is intellectualism of the highest order. Men always do this shit, as Connor says. Make a fucking argument. You remember? Basically, he said, make a fucking argument. Then Connor says, fucking cuck boy.
You know what? Have you noticed? I'm still trying to give them a position for them to teach me or destroy me with their knowledge or give me some form of a line of logic that shows that they know so much more from their first-hand sources. You could have turned that into a teaching session where I learned some stuff about China, not a ravaging session looking for me to do something that they can plaster my name with fucking hate for.
And then you respond, you're just throwing insults. And then basically she said, I already did. You have no clue what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, so I said you're just throwing insults instead of arguments, and then she said I just did. Now what she's trying to say is her insults are an argument. Where's the argument? What's the argument? Where's the discussion about the actual fucking issue? Like actually talking about something about China that proves this, that, or the other. There's no discussion. There's no argumentation. There's no point out there.
And then
This is bollocks beyond belief.
then you got you got pissy or some shit like that. And then Max responded, he did make an argument. Manchurian dominance was at the period of the revolution, even when the Hans did rule in the past. And then Connor responded and went full sexist. And then you're diminishing my respect. You have no, you haven't. You just
You cut out.
mean. Oh, basically, what did you hear before it cut
No respect.
basically no respect, saying basically just throwing insults out there or some shit like that. And then I basically come in and I said this, I'm just gonna post memes to try to calm down the situation.
As you did,
Yeah, where I posted one meme where it was like, bro, Patrick thick, not gonna lie. Oh shit, help me. That's so funny. Guys, Patrick is thick. Oh god. That is so funny. But then then you said there is no argument. Yeah, because and then you said, yeah, because he's a fucking liar that never actually studied. And then you respond with more intellectualism while I post a meme about like, oh, you say you hate immigration? Great. When do you guys leave? Or some shit like that.
I mean,
And then I posted a Native American meme. You know how like white people always talk about like America's for Americans, period, or like they hate immigrants? And so I was like,
send them
great,
home.
you hate immigrants? When do you guys leave? And then it's like, and then literally there's like another meme I think I would post. It was like America belongs to Americans, period.
Well,
And then
one thing I'd like to get into on the prior situation was regarding to Gillis is that, you know, we had the whole situation regarding the fucking way that they conflated from me using the word cunt to me apparently beating women all of a sudden. So, you know, maths is a mad thing in this world. We can do 2 + 2 and get fucking 2,465. But the what's it? The funny thing you end up finding out is that these very projectively looking behaviors happen to end up being projections of themselves, because we get the document and we start seeing, oh wait, they actually have an abusive history with women in their past, where they've been so daring as which to sexually assault women in a way in which of groping one's breast and trying to force themselves onto someone and manipulating them through anxiety as well. It's very specific. It's in a fucking document. Have you not read the document yet?
oh, you should link it.
So would have thought that our boy would have read the document, or at least be bloody right enough not to be defending that fucking shithead.
Oh, so basically then oh shit. Trying to find this thing. Okay. So basically then she it says keep saying racist to confirm, and then your chauvinism home, and then I responded with a meme where it talks about, you know, like how Ho just want to say Mao's a revisionist, and then Stalin's like, I support new democracy and shit like that, and a quote about it. It was so funny. And then next she responds, you can't study the subject without intellectualism, no investigation, no right to speak. And then you responded, you don't even know where my arguments come from, because you instantly burn the bridge instantly, where rather than proving my obvious idiocy in quotation marks wrong, you attack me as an idiot. And then you said, no investigation, no right to speak, yet you speak, according to Connor. And then she keeps spamming that, no investigation, no right to speak, not single primary source to you name, no investigation, no right to speak. And then you respond, wait, let me see. You respond that basically, if you can't explain what you supposedly understand, how can you convince the fuck? How the fuck are you going to convince anyone? And then I put Dark Synovia's meme where he's like, doctors found a cure for fascism, which was a bat. Oh shit.
Oh, funny.
And then basically then she says this, then you yell at me and call me a cunt and say racist shit before
Oh,
I
you're about.
can.
Oh, I see what you're on about, my love boy. I see. Well, I actually give a different number,
Hello?
but sure.
Hello, did you hear what I said or no?
I might have, but I got caught up answering Bad Boy because I got in a misconstrued, like the food.
And then I posted another meme where somebody where it's like POV, you're a Filipino mouse and you're about to be called a jungle trot or some shit.
Jungle Trot.
Oh god.
Yes,
Then
because these third world fucking Maoists fighting for their lives are definitely going to go for a Eurocentric, borderline fascist, ultra, like disguising itself as an ultra leftist waste of space ideology of opportunism that looks to any ways to secure the defense of the labor aristocracy at the point of a crisis from a bourgeois side sense. Hence why he was against any revolution until it was the fucking day before the fucking second. So yeah, when the provisional government was set up, he was against the second revolution all the way up until the day before it was going to happen. And if I'm fucking wrong, I'll happily be proven wrong. But I remember that was what the fucking case would be. I ain't fucking.
so
I ain't fucking Hagrid.
then basically she responds with anytime someone disagrees with you, you attack them. I'm a victim of that fucking trauma and I'm going to bitch. I'm not gonna bitch back. Now shut the fuck up and study, then we can talk. Go study, then we can talk, bud. Simple. I have been homeless and studied Mao thought, literally peasant's theory. Stop fucking coping. And then she responds with something else. What was it? Where she then I responded this, I'm going to bed or something like that. And then Stone then Max is like, Stone, can you please cool it a bit? Lizzie, don't feed into name calling and the aggressive rhetoric. Because Maxwell is trying to calm down the situation, according to him. And so now I see my name tag is getting a change of color. But but then just turn it blue. It's much better, but back to the thing.
I've gone for matte military green.
So then then you responded, doesn't explain you're doing all this shit prior. You don't even know much of how I study. Cause you don't allow a conversation to go that far. You burn bridges instantly, maybe make an argument in detail based off of your study, mate. And then she's like, nah, every time he does the same nasty shit every time. And then I said, night, y'all. And then I hold communists to a higher standard, according to Connor, as if. Then basically Maxwell's telling me good night, and then basically Connor's like, Lumpen or not. And then you started responding saying, I deal with cunty behavior as it's delivered. If people are pussies about it, they shouldn't throw shade, especially demeaning intelligence. And then saying, calling you a sexist again, which I never fucking done to you. Shit. And then Connor's like, good job, bud. And then you responded with, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's a fucking word. There's much more wrong with you calling folks idiot. You fucking ignorant cunt. In captions. In capital letters.
I'm fucking just getting sick of it. Like at the end of the day, I take all the criticism of how wrong I am for doing whatever the fuck, fine. I'll take that fucking criticism. But when I'm being treated like a dickhead, left, right, and centre, and I've tried to give them the liberty and the time of the day, I ain't fucking gonna keep giving them that after that. Fuck off.
Then you respond with another one, which was then she responds with, good luck with liberating humanity when over half of us reject your misogynist ass. What a fucking liar. This is so funny. And then Maxwell's like saying, dude, stop, seriously. And then Connor's like, the true revolutionary is a racist, a sexist, a racist. You thought sexist can get the wall. Simple as that. Racist do too. Anti-human fuck. She always puts out anti-human, saying you guys are anti-human or some shit like that. What a fucking
it's the PC way of being able to call me subhuman, I imagine. She seems to fucking hate for me.
Self-rejection much. That's the other thing. Literally, while she's doing this, transphobia is becoming rampant now. Literally. It became rampant in literally Arizona right now. We're 3 blocks away from Net. Literally, he saw a trans man get like beat up by the fucking cops and literally by other people. And then next, and then you respond, good luck liberating humanity when you can't even be in art to explain what you believe in because you perceive someone's argument as idiotic. And then then it goes further, and then she says,
well, I should have put it as someone's understanding is idiotic, because I hadn't even had an argumentation laid out. Like, there'd been a prior discussion with Maxwell, which wasn't even on about China. It was mainly on about his use of language. Which I didn't focus on that discussion because it's not really necessary, and I'm not going to go on and out on it because I don't really want to just fucking make Maxwell look like a dickhead or anything like that. But we had our own discussion about use of language and how certain things can offend each other along the lines of what the discussion ended up going out on there. And me and Maxwell, to a degree, ended up in the other than the fact that I was a bit angry about it, me and Maxwell actually pretty much agreed towards the end of the point I was laying out, that you've got to word things in a different fashion, otherwise you are insulting people's intelligence. And it kind of just comes busting in like swinging her fucking arms around full fucking force, telling everyone that their sources are like, I don't know, 70th hand, and she's got the only fucking first-hand sources on the planet. Now, I know she knows this, but China's a very big fucking country. It's a very big history.
and also the other thing is this:
none of us are going to ever know fucking all of it. But going to a country for, what was it, 5 years that she was there, or was it 10 years? I don't know.
Yeah,
5 years.
She was there for 5 years.
5 years is not going to be enough time to have had enough direct experience to say, yes, I know. No, you've got more direct experience than I, because I don't have any direct experience. But to say that direct experience now makes you a fucking professional, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm so happy we have a professional, because it doesn't. Yeah. Because you know what, I could move somewhere in my country and live there for 5 years, and it's probably not going to make me a professional where I live, because 5 years is not actually that long a period of time. It's weird, isn't it? It's almost like it's only half a decade.
Can I also say something? The other thing is, then she also says this, like, fuck you, you sexist, anti-human fuck, and then you respond, because I criticize China, I'm a racist, and I use a swear word, I'm a sexist, seriously, grow up. Now you try to gaslight the victim, and then you respond, you're anti-Lumpen, you call folks idiots for not agreeing with you, and demean them, that what they have studied and come to an understanding themselves, through intellectualist bullocks, and then she responds, "I bet you beat women. Bet my life you I bet my life you would hit a woman," or some shit like that. Wow.
She went on to just saying that I do in the end when it comes to actually speaking that on stream. Well, that stream has been removed. She said her own stuff afterwards still anyway.
Yeah,
I
let me
mean,
check if she's actually going to respond to us. Literally, I'm just gonna check.
this is coming from someone who, quote, um, sexually violated me. This is coming from the perspective of a bird who was sexually violated by them on one occasion, grabbing my breast without my consent when I was heavily intoxicated. I was mid-sentence in a conversation with her, and I had repeatedly turned down sexual contact within the hour. As I was speaking, she squeezed my breast out of nowhere. I then got angry, turned off the lamp in our room, got in my bed, told her that I'd had enough and I was going to sleep. She proceeded to go into the bathroom in our hotel room and pretend to vomit and have an anxiety attack to manipulate me and make me feel sorry, but it didn't work. Does this sound like fucking what's it?
A abuse victim of your abuse.
Sounds like an abuser. Now, abusers are normally victims in their own right at some point in their life. It's only what drives them to be like that. Normally, I guess. But also, you've got people that are just genuinely in better positions of power, so they're fucking abusive anyway. So it's here, there, and anywhere. And this article does mention the way in which that they do use their sort of political and social capital to manipulate people. So we don't even know how well off they are, but we know that for them to have been in China for 5 years teaching English, they'd have had to have got some form of a degree, which means that their college or university, for those that, you know, don't fucking call university college, just one little attack on the Yanks. But that's uni degrees, so that's somewhat behind someone's belt. It's not them just being the same as most people in street level. And I don't know how much to believe about half the stuff I've been told about them anymore. Not after all this shit that's gone down. But what's it? Where was the diddly dump? I like how it was said that this is done by the people who are like this was trying to be said like, well, we're getting involved with Gonzaloist material. This was written by a Marxist-Leninist, not a
And also somebody who's literally pro-China. And then she wants to talk about how these people are attacked Panther Code and Net, when she is literally helping out Gonzalez, who just attacked us in Arizona. And she knows this because I was in that same conversation with her when we were being informed about this shit.
What do you mean?
Literally. So basically we had a group call chat, and basically Net was like calling me before I had to go leave to basically go to my mom's house on Sunday. That's before basically a day before that whole argument happened. So he was calling us and basically telling me about this whole situation with the Gonzaloists and what happened and updating me and Connor. And basically talking about like the new stuff that's been going on with the MRN network and yada yada yada. And then literally he informed us about the Gonzaloists attacking us. And then Connor was telling us about like what she knew about the Gonzaloists and all this other shit. Told us the Austin Red Guards actually rebranded, not ended. But then she wants to talk about like how our source is Gonzaloists. Wants to talk about how they attack BRG and shit like that. When you're helping out the Gonzaloists and taking fucking information from the Gonzaloists and using that as a fucking source, bitch. Wow.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that, are you saying something that's substantiated, or are you just making an insult?
That's what she did. Literally, Neck can also like prove that this call also happened because he also like started the call.
No, I mean, I'm not about her displaying that they'd change names or anything like that. That's what people could research or find out. I'm saying that definitively, after the fact, in this situation now.
Yeah, she knew about this whole thing.
No,
She
I'm
knew.
saying now. Do you have a definitive proof for now that she's involved with them? Because if not, you can't say it.
I actually have proof that basically she's like with the like basically taking information from the Gonzalez from a screenshot she took from a screenshot I took where she's literally believing Equinox story about literally the angles is saying fuck the law when it came to like dating like consent and dating or some shit like that.
But
From
Equinox is only suspiciable because Equinox only claims that he had involvement in Austin Redguard. You don't know whether he's just being an edgelord or not.
He's actually a Gonzalez, like he
He might be a
literally.
Gonzaloist, but serves plenty of fucking kids.
And then the other thing is this, then she uses it in her video when she's like, I have receipts, you anti-humans, or some shit like that. It's so funny. And then,
Yes, I'm an anti-human.
yeah, and then later on in the conversation on Skype, she also says this. Then literally Maxwell's like, maybe don't talk like that if you know it gets negative reaction, criticize China, but don't point out pointless catchphrases. We don't need that either, Liz, please. And then she said he can't investigate what he has never investigated, being a sexist gaslighter, not me. And then you tell her to fuck off. You're just pulling shit out of your ass. I've never hit a woman. Fuck off with your bullshit accusations because I got you on your own, your bullshit. And then she says, I can't be in the space with a sexist gaslighter. Have fun with winning the world proletariat with this fucking dickhead. And then Maxwell responds, you're feeding into it though. We should be principled and above with those who as Connor left the conversation.
Not
And then what
happened. Can't just let bullshit slide. You've got to be critical of the situation. If someone's going to be repetitively a dickhead, treat them like the dickhead they are.
next, the other thing after that, literally, what happens next is that literally you basically start like ranting off about how she called you a sexist, said you beat women, and basically then basically Net kicks you out of the conversation, and then later on, this is what happens after you're kicked out.
You're not supposed to really be going into everyone's little fucking private discussions. We're supposed to just be talking about the situation.
And then basically Net
We
says
don't-
you're suspended, and then basically Jason responds saying sexism is not tolerated. And then said it was Net's problem to handle. This was Net's problem because you're his co-host. And
No,
then
that didn't handle it properly.
yeah, and then the other thing is this, then literally next Connor comes out for video and then goes after that, after she's done with it, then goes to Jason's DMs, says everything they say about you is true, and then basically said as that you're transphobic or some shit, that Jason's transphobic. And then basically he responds, you basically misunderstood the whole situation. You basically misconstrued like misunderstood the whole situation that happened, and then basically block her and shit like that. And then
Yeah,
boom.
Jason fucking, when Jason realized Wagwan, he could fucking snap right too.
Because literally the other thing is this, like to say he did nothing is just fucking bullshit. And then say like he has like a decaying mind or some shit like that. Like wow, what a fucking idiot. I hate Connor so much. And then she believes the whole beat level situation was fabricated just to fuck with him. Yeah. Yeah, it's so fabricated that we just only did that to fuck with him. I really hate this bitch. I really do. I'm tired of her. I want her fucking career gone. Let me go check something.
Maybe. I just find the whole situation pliable because
It's so funny. And then now she's gonna apologize to B-Level. And basically, I think B-Level will soon make a video talking about it. And then basically make a formal apology and stuff like that. And also B-Level contacted the other Carl as well. And literally then people call me a fascist and shit like that. Then she says they're sending children to come and attack abuse victims or some shit like that. Literally. And then next, literally, I did this on my own accords, really, not gonna lie, because I was tired of this bullshit because I knew it was bullshit from the start.
so it comes into the way in which these actions have been presented, because everything was a deflection and a prevention of an actual discussion about the contentive topic, instead creating a contentive topic about the contentive topic, as in like being contentive about the fact that the topic is contentive and starting a fucking row about it, and then just here and there batty fucking argument, because rather than wanting to have a cordial and respectful discussion about it and saying, I think you're wrong because of X, Y, and Z, or explain to them why they think X, Y, or Z, or this, that, and the other, actual explanation, actual detail, the fucking sources they keep telling me about, then I can learn from it, or criticize it, or, I don't know, show myself to be the fucking ignorant dickhead I'm supposed to be. I imagine. I don't know what the fuck they expect of me. But I'd happily fucking read anything they put in front of me that they got a fucking that's an actual argumentation. But I won't just read any fucking source you'll dump on me telling me that this, that, and the other will explain everything. No. Sources should be explaining your argumentation that isn't fucking what's it, so that you can prove yourself just by explaining it. Or after you've explained it, it requires a source to back it up for it to make cordial sense. You cannot just dump sources on people as an argument, or do like Connor does and go on about your sources all the time and never present neither sources nor argument.
Yep, it's true. Remember, she wants to go like, no investigation, no right to speak, no investigation, no right to speak. We're sending children to attack abuse victims, and basically, like, it's like saying that fucking Trav or like fucking Dark Zenobia groomed me or some shit like that. Literally, I had to deal with that same shit, and then they try to use my age against me. That is funny. Because here's the other thing. Literally, I have a mind of my own, like I mentioned before. I didn't do this because, I'm going to do this on the orders of the MRN network, because literally she's trying to make me out to be like some puppet and like say that, they groom me, and then they talk about sex in front of me. No. Drink in front of me? Barely. Do drugs in front of me. The only thing they did was smoke weed, and that was Nat, and that would be Luke, or the angles this, really. Basically, Luke would basically just like do it privately or something like that, and Nat would basically tell us that he would be high or something like that. And also you too, you Stone. I remember, I think I went in a conversation and basically like I talked to Connor, and there was like one conversation I think I had with her where basically she also drank while talking to me.
Apparently, I'm a crackhead, which is just an absolute anti-Lumpen insult.
She's a fucking hypocrite.
It's normally an insult thrown at Lumpen people. It's an insult thrown at a lot of disabled people too. Homeless people are the most that get the fucking druggy attacks of being a faggot or a crackhead or a method. Who you calling young, son?
Wait, I'm gonna see these comments over here. Let me see.
It's just bad boy being bad boy, trying to pretend that some of his comments don't exist.
Oh, I remember. Basically, to be honest, Falcon, we actually discouraged you at first, remember, in Trap Server, because you are young. Okay, yeah, I remember. I was having to be berated about my age and shit like that on a VC call. Stone, you're also in it as well. And you remember, I think.
Well, that's
and then,
just because I'm conscious about the fucking internet, and Trav Server probably isn't the best place to be anyway. So it's a team.
yeah, basically their mods don't do anything
Cuckoo
according
people
to
there.
my second in command. Basically my second in command of Emerald Youth, and my second in command in the Shadow Council, Comrade Zidane.
Zidane. I haven't spoken to Zidane in a while.
Zidane's a great comrade, but the other thing I was also going to mention is this. Then she tries to talk about like my autism. Basically, saying they easily took advantage of me. No, and basically,
We're all pretty much fucking autistic in this bloody career.
and then the other thing I also mentioned in my script as well is that basically,
I have autism.
and then literally the other thing is this. Literally, the other thing as well is that she talks about like literally. The other thing is this. Basically, I also mentioned this that literally, my parents also do weed. Literally, they have weed. Sometimes they do it privately, and sometimes they do it near me or around me.
Most of people might use it for medical or recreational uses. Like, I don't know, someone like myself with fibromyalgia, which marijuana happens to be something that I can have as a medication if I get a marijuana card, which is a pain in the ass to do, but something I'm trying to do.
Like, oh my god! And doesn't she forget that people use CBD products? Oh my god, guys! Oh my god! Maybe people also use CBD products in front of me too, or maybe I use CBD products. So it's like so fucking hypocritical and so fucking dumb. It's like it doesn't like literally it just makes her accusation baseless and full of shit. Like
so there's only 2 times I'm ever really using, well, 3 actually. So post stream, when I've been on stream with Net, and only when I've been on stream with Net, or if like the Angles list or someone else has jumped in afterwards, but it's primarily a me and Net stream. I'll go on to Cam after the stream. I'll go on Cam in a call with Net, or if I'm in a call with Luke, talking about bass stuff, and he's showing me bass line riffs. Other than that, I don't use the bloody camera because I don't like using cameras and stuff. So unless sound of litational device is going to cause someone some fucking trouble, then fuck me, I better fucking blow my brains out. I've influenced evil, everyone. Someone has heard the sound of a lighter. Like, can you breathe secondhand smoke down microphones? Because if that's the case, then maybe they're onto a real problem here. I know you just muted. I thought you disconnected. Spooked the fuck out of me.
I just muted myself.
Fucking scared the shit out of me.
Okay. But the other thing I also wanted to say is this, like, literally, Connor makes, like, basically makes accusations based on half-truths, or just literally fabricates something that's out of her own ass. The other thing. Next, she wants to talk about ultra-leftism, when she is the ultra-leftist herself, literally. And literally, I also hate these people, like, you know, like those infrared cultists who call themselves anti-Anglo gang or some shit like that? when they are the biggest fucking Anglos I have ever fucking met in my entire fucking life. That is like the funniest thing ever.
Well, I mean, what's it? They're like Anglo empiricalism.
Empiricism.
Empiricism, or same difference, means the same thing. Okay, so we are supposed to be empirical and our analysis is dialectics. Is she going to tell us that we should be rational with dialectics, that we should only use dialectics to rationalize? Because I'm pretty sure that's Hegelian. I'm pretty sure Mao, you go on about we should be reading so much Mao because we seem to have missed one of the most commonly repeated fucking Mao quotes ever, which is that women hold up half the sky. Like, as if fucking
Oh, it's
anyone
so
could forget
funny.
that one. But no, if they're
It's
going to
so
go on
funny.
about, no, if they're going to go on about, fuck it made me forget what I was about to say now. If you're going to go on about fucking Mao, maybe they should look to what Mao said about experience and what Lenin said about experience. Experience is the only pathway to genuine knowledge. Only way. And the dialectics, from the dialectical materialist platform, is an empirical form of analysis. You've got to be looking at reality, how it is functioning, how it's flowing, how it's experiencing with one another, how it's combining with. And that's why you've got to look to the experiences of others, the way things flow and function, the interrelation. It's fucking asinine as fuck. But everything comes into an empirical relationship with each other. It's nothing Anglo. So to call it Anglo-empiricism is fucking hilarious. Empiricism or empiricalism, or to be an empiricist is somewhat required, of dialectics as a dialectical materialism. You've got to be looking at the fact that the truest form of knowledge that you're going to be able to ever grasp or understand is an experience-based form of knowledge, observation and engagement.
Yep. The other thing I was also going to mention as well is that the other thing is this. She claims to be some so-called anti-imperialist when she's not. She's really the biggest fucking imperialist I have ever, like, imperialist show I have ever seen. That's the other thing. Next, the other thing is this, like, she acts like she's basically, she's, like, so chauvinistic as well. And the other thing is that she acts like she's the end-all be-all when it comes to some subjects, like the actual, quote-unquote, actual existing socialism, which there is no actual existing socialism. That's a myth. The biggest myth I have ever seen. The actual existing socialism myth. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Come on, man. But China's building the world revolution by building capitalist nations that are subservient to China in Africa.
Oh, China's
not
building the world
imperialism, though.
revolution by supporting a fascist military junta and a fascist monarchy in Indochina.
And denouncing the communist organizations there. It's almost as if they're... Huh. But it's funny because it's like they're exporting finance capital into these nations to build development of extraction of resources and education of workers, which, people don't seem to think you're going to need education centers to train people to do jobs. So people saying that, they built schools is a thing, is to say, they're force for good. Do you think the people in late Victorian Britain that were like, maybe we should have better schooling so that we can get better people in the factories to fucking slave away for fucking nearly 12 hours a day was fucking good hard stuff, then right on for you. But they're developing these areas to extract resources and shift them abroad with finance capital. I'm pretty damn sure there is a book that defines the export of capital for the development of markets and the extraction of resources, a development of the imperialist era of capitalism. I mean, China's an export capital policy since uh, um, 2000. That's it. Yeah, they've had an export capital market since 2000. Falcon, I think your mic is done the funny again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So the other thing is this, she also denies, like, literally, she acts like she knows what imperialism is, when she doesn't, because I don't think she actually read Lenin, and also she denies that social imperialism even exists, because literally, under Lenin's Communism, the Infantile Disorder, he actually talks about social imperialism. Woe is me. Is Connor a fucking liar? Is Connor a LARPer? Yes, he is.
I mean, it's quite funny with imperialism because Chapter 4, Export Capital, actually does a little first preface to finance capital and goes on about industrial capital development. It goes on about how Britain did a workshop of the world motion to develop up its industrial capital to a point where it had so much finance capital busting out of the industrial capital that it could export that finance capital abroad. America did the same. Well, at the end of World War One, so actually during World War One, funnily enough, they built rifles for the British. During World War One, up until the end of World War Two, America was doing Workshop of the World, and during the Cold War, they were still doing it as well. Be the Workshop of the World, so that they could build up enough finance capital that no matter what, they're the dominant power now. They already had it by the end of World War II, but they kept it about and kept being the made in America guys for people in Europe until about the 70s, the 80s. And that's just so they can build up their finance capital. The deposits. It's the same with China. China might still be doing workshopping of the world now, but they're already at a point where they've got more finance capital than the United States. They're already joint first for trade with the what's it called? The European Union. So the US come both second on capital growth and on trade monopoly, which means that the US is now losing its hegemonic power on an economic basis. You may have buggered again.
Can you hear me? I didn't actually speak on it. I was just quiet. I didn't bugger.
I can hear you.
Hello?
You didn't bugger, you were just quiet.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like being quiet and letting you speak. But
okay, I was just wondering.
The other thing as well is they also forget that literally China also funds the fascist state of India against the communists over there. And then literally, you also have these like dangus like saying, oh well, Duterte himself was a part of the Communist Party of the Philippines. No, he wasn't. That is fucking bullshit. And then basically,
Can we not just equal that to them calling Duterte a jungle trot?
Oh yeah, Duterte is such a jungle trot. The greatest jungle trot I have ever seen, guys.
He's the only one that you could probably no, genuinely though, if he was a Communist Party member at some point in his fucking long existence, then he's the definitive of someone who actually would be a jungle trot. Like the rest of them are all, I don't know, but jungle Maoists. If we have to point out the fact that yes, the Philippines has jungles, but you know, Duterte, like, you know, what's it? I don't think that Duterte and the communists were good fucking friends. And if they were, because I don't fucking know, I don't know the ins and outs of this situation. If they fucking were, he probably didn't fucking go in like, hi guys, I happen to be a Nazi. Want to be friends?
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this, and I think it's because of the way that Europe and America post World War II just pasted Nazis as these like bombastically right wing figures. But Nazis aren't the kind of guy that's going to go, "Who are you? We're going to shout the N word." No, they're more like the tight knit, suited up geezers that are going to try and act like they're your friend. They're going to try and act like they're left. They're going to try and act like they're this, that, and the other. Because they're here to butter you up, not to fucking not to be bombastically their position and only their position. They're trying to get people hooked with delusion as best they can, and they're going to infiltrate any place they can to do it. At best, as well, they're going to end up tearing the thing apart.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, next, the other thing to deny, and also, like, siding with an imperialist power is not going to get you anywhere. That is Klotskyism. That is the thing. Basically, they're just doing Klotskyism at this point. Dangism is, like, basically the new version of Klotskyism. And also, guess what? I also had to celebrate this. That Bay Area 4 and 5 is no longer here. Yay! We have now we don't have to deal with that corporate lawyer anymore. Yay! Down with corporate lawyers like Bay Area 4 and 5.
That's it. You know, after all of this situation, I find it funny because we took all of our step backs and held a lot of positions back to get us happy in this organization.
Yeah, we literally try to center ourselves, basically like on basically our opinions to keep her in the organization. Literally, we tried doing everything for her to basically be even a part of the organization in the first place,
No,
and then she
because she
denied that she was ever
decided
a member.
because she decided to step in on a discussion, mind you, that she obviously couldn't handle without just attacking everyone. And then when asked to engage in discussion rather than just attack sources that don't exist, they just go on the attack again, go on the attack again, go on the attack again, and it just gets fucking so bollocks. And because of why my autism is, I just logically see the fucking plot hole in the next problem that they've given me so I can point it out. But I just get more and more frustrated because of my anger issues.
Me
I end up
too.
flipping out.
Like literally, this whole thing has literally turned up my anxiety and really got me ramped up and pissed. That's what this whole situation has done. And I'm really pissed off. Literally, I thought this person was a friend, but turns out she was a liar. Oh, and also not to mention what she did to Paul Moran. Do you want to explain it, or do you want me to do it?
Oh, I mean, what's it? Paul Moran, as we know, doesn't agree with the Dungists on China. So Paul Moran is then to be smeared as a racist. So she then went and smeared to people that Paul Moran was trying to speak with and get along with as a racist.
I think that was like before the whole China thing. Before
Was
the
it
whole China video.
before the whole China video?
Yeah. Saying Paul's a racist. It had to do with literally him inviting on re-education and basically like not confronting him on like cultural appropriation of basically black culture with his like dreadlocks. And basically
Which
Paul just
isn't actually appropriation because dreadlocks are so dreaded hair, as it should be properly called in the context of generalization, because to specifically look at them as dreadlocks, I mean, I guess, yeah, that seems a bit, but yeah, just because dreadlocks, dreaded hair, whatever you want to call it, isn't just a Jamaican hairstyle. That's a hairstyle that has been, strewn around and worn around by pirates and anyone else amongst time in the past. And by pirates, I mean pirates of old, like the old buccaneers sort of type people in the past, and just sailormen in general. It's matted hair. It happens amongst a lot of other people. Someone alone having dreadlocks is not the same as someone having dreadlocks and then that thinking that makes them a Rastafarian, because that is cultural appropriation. Growing a set of dreadlocks and then thinking that makes you a Rastafarian and that you can then go about being like a Rastafarian, then yeah, no, you are going to be fucking done up for your dreadlocks, because they ain't good things. But, you know, like I say, I've had a fucking full chance to fucking speak on the situation of Paul, because apparently he doesn't answer his fucking messages.
So the other thing as well is that basically, so then she went on like this Facebook group and started like smearing Paul as like a racist and shit like that. That's what happened, not because of some supposed transphobia that she told Net about.
Yeah, and Net told me about.
Literally,
Like investigate further and fucking get rid about this.
like it's so funny. Like it wasn't even because of like some supposed transphobia. That was some bullshit from Connor. It was literally just due to literally her smearing Paul as a racist. Bye bye Bay Area 415. That guy's a fucking corporate lawyer. He deserves it. Bye. But he says this, that right now he left because of harassment.
Harassment.
Sexism. Racism.
Sounds like you are. Sounds like you're being racist to Asians.
Oh my god, I'm being racist towards a white settler claiming to be some like person of color. Oh my god. See guys, that's racist. Oh my god, can I also make fun of this other joke? Like how people try to say this, that you can be racist towards white people? Well, white people aren't a marginalized group. By definition, you can't be racist towards white people. There, said, and done.
I mean, we could just tell ourselves and hide it away and just lie as much as possible. Because isn't that the way the aristocracy does it? They just tell themselves that well, I mean, what's it here? You've got the whole great replacement stuff. So that's like the aristocracy tells themselves they're like an endangered species. Those damn Muslims are coming over and they're bleeding. They're taking over. They're taking over all our land. That's the way they're all like over here. Like they all think that the big old great replacement's on its way. It's like, no. I'm pretty sure they're here because we're bombing their land. Maybe you want to stop doing that. Maybe they want to go home then. But otherwise, no, I don't think that there's a great replacement. I don't think the council of Islam, of the entirety of all of Islam, just got together and they sat down, they had a debriefing, and they were like, you know what, we need to have a great replacement of Europe. We just need to replace it all with Islam. Well, they just started breeding everyone out of existence with their Islamic fucking intercontinental sex pests. Like, no, I'm pretty sure that's not how the fucking. Pretty sure that's not how Islam works.
That's not how the world works either.
It's not how the Force works.
Like literally. That's not even how the world works. Like how do they order like a bunch of Muslims to come flee to all the way to Europe? Like how? How does that even fucking work? Because that's not
They multiply in numbers unknown by man.
replacement.
Wouldn't surprise me if Stefan Molyneux actually thinks. Wouldn't
You know how
surprise
like
me if it wouldn't surprise me if Stefan Molyneux thinks that the Muslim people quite literally split in half when they like reproduce. They're like bacteria. They're like split into two exactly the same looking individuals, and they carry on the day.
Yeah, it's like so funny.
they claim all this shit, but it's not actually real. I'm getting tired, not gonna lie. I gotta go soon.
Well, what's it? We've chopped through this shit. It's been a
Yeah.
long discussion. It's been rambling all over the place. I imagine no one's going to enjoy it, but that's just my fucking lack of self-confidence.
Yep. Dun dun dun. Also, make sure, guys, never listen to people like Connor Gillis. Never listen to fascists. Am I right, guys?
If it's full of shitters, it's probably from Connor Gillis.
Yep. If it's suspicious with no evidence, then it's Connor Gillis.
Well, I was just making a funny pun because shitters and Gillis rhymes.
Yeah, because that motherfucker is a sexual abuser. Oh yeah. The other thing is this, Lily, her receipts are fucking bullshit. Her receipts don't even prove anything really, because literally she tried proving herself as like innocent, but she never did. Because here's the other thing. Literally, it said on her PayPal in the screenshots I showed that she had minus 120. Next, the numbers that she showed never added up. Next, she also threatened to shoot.
Well, actually, funnily enough, she tries to make it look like it adds up. So she tries to make it look like that 130 has been moved by showing the same screenshot twice, but putting it one, then another, then the same one. That's the first. So there's two of them that say 50, which is the same one posted twice, and then there's one that says 30 point something. So actually, only 80 was sent out of the 100 and what is being said there of 120 or 130.
The other thing as well is that literally, Connor Gillis also they also forget this, that Connor Gillis also threatened to shoot a person of color for literally asking for an investigation on this, then claiming to be a part of the Weather Underground as well, sending hostile DMs and phone calls to people, then blocking Muhammad, literally. If it sounds like you're innocent, then why did you fucking block Muhammad in the first place? Why? Also, this situation would have happened if Muhammad didn't message your ex-partner. Ooh, wow. Shocker, right? Yeah, that doesn't that's what I noticed, that doesn't add up. Yeah.
I mean, what's it?
It didn't
Well,
add up.
sometimes 2 plus 2 can equal 2000, and so that you never know. Sometimes that math, some place in the universe probably makes some human sense, but here it's just like, Connor, you sure that I'm the one that's doing the really harsh drugs? Because I want to know what marijuana they've been smoking, because it's probably better than what I got.
Like, I don't know what she's been smoking recently. Literally. The other thing is this, it's so funny how all this stuff she claims as her receipts and evidence, but doesn't even add up. And also, nobody talked about how she threatened to shoot a person of color. She just deflects and throws it as, "Oh, my rapist wrote that," claiming that person raped you.
Well,
with no evidence at all.
Well, the obvious way to deflect an accusation of sexual assault is to accuse the other person of sexual assault. That is definitely the mature way to deal with a situation where you're in the wrong. Like they have all the millions of rounds of applauses that I can give kisses.
It's so funny. Like, all of her receipts don't add up. Really, she's not actually proving her innocence at all.
Whoa, she said loads of horrible things about loads of different people. Doesn't that prove her innocence?
Like, it's so funny.
She said Jason's out. Like she tried to say Jason was out of his mind and that he was off it and all. It's like, okay, so Jason would be hands on and fucking like all the way through and wouldn't be having second in commands doing this, that, or the other for him, whatever. And if he wasn't already chucked up busy doing work as it is, because he's still just doing work. I don't know if you've noticed, but Jason uploads videos all the fucking time. But secondly, because he's been told to take a bit of a fucking step back and chill because he's under a lot of stress. Jason has not fucking lost his mind. Jason's as fucking clear spoken as fucking days. And she's gonna start changing like that. Fuck it, alright off. I ain't having that shit.
It's so funny. She says, oh, basically, Luke is taking advantage of his decaying mind and also saying that Jason's a pig.
Yeah. So she cares about the fact that Luke that Dales is supposed to be taking over his frail mind. No. That's not how that's
Then
supposed
calls
to
that
work.
person a pig.
Yeah, so like they're supposed to be caring about them and then they call them a pig. And what is it? You care
In a
about them
liar
and
and
you
a
care about the
gaslighter.
way in that. Well, you either care about the fact that they're being manipulated or you think that they're a pig.
That obviously makes no sense, am I right?
Yeah, of course.
Like, for real. Like, oh, people can hear that I'm chewing chips. Okay. Like, the other thing as well is like, literally, as well as then, like, call them a liar and a gaslighter. Wow. That's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm. They deflected with projection. They've been lying and gaslighting their entire argument.
Like, literally. And then she just proceeds to call us anti-human. Says I'm being manipulated. And says she'll pray for us. Yeah, as if. You know, I bet she really must be having so much anxiety right now because she did this all to herself and now she has isolated herself in front of the whole public and from a lot of circles. She literally thought we were just gonna go through chat logs and shit like that, but no, we just actually found some shit on her. And then she thinks that basically we want people to join the Emira network so we can basically dig stuff on them, up on them, if they ever threaten to whistleblow any of this abuse or any of this bullshit. No, that's not even true. So that's bullshit. Wow. What a fucking liar. As they are, and as they always will be. Fucking liars. Are you there?
Yeah,
Like, it's just so funny to me how hypocritical these people are.
indeed. I mean, what's it?
What if-
They're what's it? Very quick to attack people for the things that they're what's it, for the behaviors of which they're enacting amongst themselves. They cognitively dissonate from the way in which they behave themselves. It's all right for them to act like dickheads, but so if someone else likes to fucking anything remotely like it, they'll dump all the projections they have on themselves and the person in which they're engaging with and make them look like the dickhead.
Oh, Specky V, as he says, Connor betrayed MRN like how China betrayed socialism.
And nice one,
Ah.
Smoky V.
Oh, let me see this. Let me see this. Okay, Luke is basically just. Oh God, this is so funny.
Go on.
So Luke just sent us like a DM saying this, like about like all y'all like this vid and get the ratio up or some shit like that. Oh shit! Literally, there's like a whole dislike ratio on this whole thing. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God! It's Happy New Islamic Year. God bless you all, according to Connor. Yeah, as if you care. Literally, it's so funny.
Hello, Louis Mon Gaming.
She's such a.
You've broken again.
Wait, what?
No noise.
Hello?
I hear it now, but there was no noise.
Oh, so I said this that basically it's like so
Oh,
basically she wants to call the Angles as a kid, but so weird when she does that shit because then basically then she tries to smear him as some pedophile or saying like he's sexually abusing me or some bullshit, which is so weird and disgusting for someone to say ever at all. For real.
fucking A.
So, literally, it's so funny. It's so funny how much bullshit comes out of her mouth. And then she wants to talk down to people about their age, does ageism, ableism, threatens minors now. What's next? Like
Um,
basically smears people.
um, uh, call people racist to all Asians because they did suggest that, well, maybe we should criticize Han colonialism and not just ignore it. Oh well, no, well, attention to all Asians now. Every single one of them. I genuinely think everyone, Han or not, Asian or not, is going to find that pretty offensive. That just by referring to a criticism of Han colonialism as now a racist attack towards all Asians. Such a blanket
Oh,
fucking statement of one of the
the other
one of the
thing,
most diverse sort of ethnic parts of the planet. Like I guarantee a
the
lot of people are going to be like to be crowded into one fucking group.
The other thing is this, she wants to steer people as like some abusers and shit like that. Even though, literally, this is the thing. Even though she literally has done pedophilic shit, like predatory shit, she is a sexual opportunist. She sexually assaults people, and she's a fucking creep. But no, they're gonna believe a fucking creep. Yeah, go believe the fucking creep. That's the thing. I will tell them to go believe a fucking creep. And then basically smear us as like groomers and shit like that. She's basically a Narvash. Like as Specky V would say, she calls others pedos while looking like Vosh with a untied hair and no beard. She's
Yeah,
a
that's
Nar
a good
fucking
one.
Vosh.
That is.
That's like so funny. She wants to call other people's pedos when she literally does sexually abuse people. Gross. Like so gross of her. Such a fucking lie.
So you're saying if they stop doing the silly bun and actually groom themselves?
LMAO.
Like, fuck me. Man buns were always cringe and retarded anyway. Well, I can't use that word on the internet, can I? But
It's called
technically,
man
I should be
bun.
allowed
Yeah.
to. I am autismic, but the you know, fuck. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, man buns are always fucking stupid. Bloody stupid, isn't it?
I don't really care about man buns, really.
Just throw it up in a fucking tail and be done with it. You gotta put it up, have it down, have it down. There's no need to fuck around. Because it made sense when people were putting them at, like, I don't know, the back of your fucking head. Yeah. You got some geezers sticking them on, like, the fucking center front of their fucking forehead. Like, they've got a fucking spherical shaped fucking dong on their head. She should have stayed in China and let Chairman Xi censor her internet access for You think it's not for our good too as well? I think you've disconnected again, Falcon.
It's because I'm not talking. That's what I'm doing. It's because I was quiet. And literally, the other
I
thing is
just
this.
checked just in case, like, because sometimes it could have disconnected and you could be rambling for who knows how long, and I might have not noticed.
Like the other thing as well is that it's kind of funny as well. She also tries to say this, like disprove Maoism, like there's like Chinese Maoists by saying like there is no word for Maoism in Mandarin. Well, hasn't she actually thought about like something like called information control that China might have been doing? Because as literally other pro-China people I also heard mention that China does do censorship.
Okay, no, but I got a point to make here. Mandarin might be the most, the central language of China. It's not the only language of China. There's multiple languages. So to turn around and go, well, there's no way there could be anyone who supports Maoism in China because Mandarin doesn't have it in its fucking language. Well, that's ignoring the many other fucking languages that different fucking groups in China have.
The other
Like,
52. There are 52 minorities. Do they have a word called in Maoism or something in Mandarin? I can just go check Google Translate.
no, sorry, we're only allowed to listen to what the Han says. Shh.
Oh,
And only
yeah.
the ones that agree with the colonialism. Any of those that criticize it will get called racists, even though they're Chinese.
Dun, dun, dun.
They'll find a way.
They'll find a way. Oh yeah, and also literally, I think we should bring on Specky. Just
If you
like put
want
the
to,
invite in the chat. Just put
just
the
put the
StreamYard link
just
in the
put
chat.
the invite in the chat.
Put the StreamYard link in the chat.
That's not the professional way to do it.
Or just give. Oh wait, I'll just give it to him on
Yeah.
DMs. I can do it.
That would be the responsible way. Especially if he's just laughing at us, I imagine at this point. I am a
Okay,
noob to this streaming business, and I am being the more responsible one.
Okay.
I'm not on my computer.
I'm going to send it to him on Discord. Okay. Oh, it's totally fine. Oh, he's not on his computer. He's on his phone. Well, you can still join if you're on your
Mobile
phone.
device.
I'm doing this on my phone.
You don't want me to come crashing. Problems will happen. That is a
Well,
good
I can actually invite you if you want.
No,
Do you
no,
want him?
no.
What? We need a bad R boy. We need a bad R. We need like
No,
a.
we need this not to get taken down. I've already used the word cunt enough that YouTube's already probably going to be pissed.
Literally, I
Five
use
five sentences into him joining, he'll say something horrible. Guarantee
like
it.
Death to America.
No, that's acceptable.
Most sexism.
You remember
Most
we've set the lowest bar high because we'll say things like death to
Hezbollah
America or
base.
death to Israel. No, I'm
Death
saying
to
that he'll
Israel.
say stuff that's not PC, you sausage.
Death to Israel. Yeah.
On
Death to
phone, bad internet, 1 a.m. That will not stop the power of your terribly poor humor.
Oh my god. Wait. Okay. Show us Becky's comment. It's just so funny.
I think my Chinese immigrant parents are racist and my xenophobe now. You must be because what's it?
According to Connor, you're a xenophobe because she can't handle that there's a thing called Han chauvinism, or as something with Stone would say, like Han colonialism or something like that.
You have been brainwashed, Specky V. That's what it is. You've been brainwashed by the Americastanis.
You've been great. He's in Canada right now.
They're all Americastanis. They're all Yankistanis, as far as
Canadians.
I'm concerned.
But Canadians.
You have been corrupted by the children of Britain.
You've been corrupted by the you guys. Specky is now
You're like the
groomed
children
by
of the atom.
guys. According to Connor, Specky V has been groomed by the MRN network. Am I right, guys?
No, I'm pointing I'm pointing towards them being immigrant children. So
Yeah,
they've been groomed. They've been pointed up. I'm trying to be relevant with. So it's good to be relevant with the humor. But
we're anti-human fucks. We're anti-human fucks. We're sexist. We're quote unquote racist, even though I'm native to this land and she can get the fuck off my land.
I've always, it fills my milk up with 4 pints every day when someone calls me fucking subhuman. It's great. You know, nothing makes a fucking severely disabled person's life go swimmingly better when someone reminds them that they're fucking lesser than everyone else. I love that, don't you? Fucking great stuff. You know,
wait, let me check Dark Xenovia's feed. I want to see. I can't wait for Dark Xenovia to go denounce Connor Gillis because, it's gonna be so good. It would be so good.
As if like 50% of the comments in this fucking video are amountable to that. Sharp kick in the fucking back of the throat.
Fuck. So basically, I can't wait for Dark Xenovia to actually explain what ultra leftism really is instead of like these fucking dangus or these like fucking revisionists would say.
I mean, it's like it's like someone, you know how people will say the whole like criticizing the Han colonialism thing, and even with someone who's Chinese, they'll even try and call them racist, where they criticize Han colonialism. There's like a white person criticizing the white American treatment of natives. and then that white person that was just criticized turning around to that other white person, or like um, some other ethnicity. Like I can't point a finger at one because everyone's like severely oppressed. I don't really want to be like putting them as an example to this because I'm from the white people in a fucking position. Like, just any other ethnicity comes over and says to that one white person that he is being racist to the other white person about his views against the natives. And it's like, you are muddying the water. I thought the racism was already the colonialism at first, but no. Apparently, me pointing out its existence is now fucking racist. And now it's to a point where you could be from the same fucking group and point out its existence, and now it's fucking racist. And then we also have a big problem now, really big problem now, which is the xenophobia and Asian racism in general in America that's heated up. And there's a lot of people that are just opportunistically trying to bag on it, trying to like join it to criticism of China. When it's the problem is joining those two things together has always been the issue. They're not the same thing. We need to be criticizing both of them and putting them both on the perspective, because these people are to different worlds. They're different connections. They're different people, and fuck it out. What does fucking racism ever achieve in any fucking context? Especially trying to fucking like, you know, let's get down to this. Attacking a race because a virus come from a country is gonna be one of the most pathetic fucking things ever.
Yeah, and
Even if
also
it
like
did
Becky B
fucking
told
come
me.
from and all, you know, even so, the lab stuff is fucking here or there bollocks for all we can say. But you know what? The most substantial evidence that's ever said it is has been the Americans saying, "Oh yeah, we used it. It was our project. We let it leak. Not let it, but it leaked because of their responsibility." So um, if it did happen to happen like that, was because of the US, not because of China. I'm sorry, but if you rent out a lab to use it, that is your responsibility. I need to apologize, but it's your responsibility. If you start a project, you head a project, you put that forward, you send one of your American fucking lackeys to supervise this project, then I don't think you can turn around and start pointing fingers at old China. Now, you could about lockdown or other stuff like that. We can argue the toss about that. But about the actual where it comes from, you can't just pull it out your ass.
Yep.
You know, we got to be open to all sorts of fucking points of information. But the way these people all want to just make these big racist assumptions a lot of the time comes from the cultural background. America,
Yep.
especially. I mean, what's it? A great example of the America's treatment of the Chinese would be the building of the railroads. So Chinese labor was used in building the railroads along with African American labor.
Yep.
A lot of African American labor, and it was basically just work till you drop.
Yep. That's
Crack
true.
rocks, lay track. Crack rocks, lay track.
And actually, the other thing I was also gonna say, is basically, I was gonna say this. Do you think it should be time that we should end the stream or no?
It should have been time we ended the stream a while ago. I just let things go on because I'm irresponsible.
Alright, I gotta go. So,
White expert English teachers in Asia known for being sex pests.
oh yeah.
That's an interesting point. I fucking didn't know that there was a I know a lot of people that go over there have really Orientalist opinions of Chinese people and typically like to get involved with what's it? birds on their visits, but I didn't know they had a commonality of just being outright sex pests. That's a fucking thing to keep in mind. And I mean, once this comes into the way in which they abuse the fact that they can just get a college degree and then be like, haha, yes, I've got a college degree in cleaning shit. Now I'm going to go be a fucking English teacher.
Yeah. It's crazy, not gonna lie.
And genuinely, I've heard people in America be like, well, you know, you were trying to get any college degree and you get a job as an English teacher, so I'm going to get a college degree and I'm going to move to China. And it's just hopeful dreaming.
Yeah.
Like, and the colonialism, the unbelief, like the idea that these white folk can just go and dump themselves in a country and become an English teacher on the basis of it being much cheaper to live there, and whatever sycophant fantasies they have over the women or the men, depending on which gender it is. But it's a I mean, Guinness themselves put it into the words. It's expensive to get there, but you know, so long as you got a job, it's much, much, much cheaper to live there. But you know,
Yeah.
they abuse the fact that China is in shorthand of English teachers. English doesn't happen to be a fucking very nice language to learn. Not that it's like, the thing is I don't like saying it's hard because I always feel like I'm being disrespectful to people. It's not so much that it's hard, it's this, or that I'm floating English's boat too much either, because it's not so much as hard, it's that it's tricky. It's just awkward. There's some, it has rules and then just doesn't follow them at times because we decided to mix French in the mix. I never mix French with stuff. It doesn't fucking go out very well.
Yeah. Okay, I think it should be time that we should start ending the stream at this point. So, any closing statements we have or no?
Don't mix anything with the French. Everything's fire.
Also, don't listen to people like Connor Gillis or any of these sexual abusers.
Or the
And
French.
people, yeah. So, see you guys next time. Viva el marxismo, leninismo, maoísmo, and viva el presidente Gonzalo, and viva Guerra Popular. See ya. Bye-bye. Red salute, comrades. And long live the MRN network, and down with Connor Gillis's ultra-leftism and revisionism. Deaf to revisionism. Deaf to America. Bye-bye. And happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah, happy Indigenous Peoples Day. It's good stuff.
Yeah. And the stream's not ending.
It's not ended yet. I'm just gonna fucking watch it.
I'm gonna go.
I am getting to me fucking job.
1, 2.